said out loud, "To whom it may concern," I intoned, "keep this nigger boy running." I awoke with the old man's laughter ringing in my ears. It was a dream I was to remember and dream again for many years after. But at that time, I had no insight into its meaning. First, I had to attend
Come on.
college. It was a beautiful college. The buildings were old and covered with vines, and the roads gracefully winding, lined with hedges and wild roses that dazzled the eyes in the summer sun. Honeysuckle and purple wisteria hung heavy from the trees, and white magnolias mixed with their scents in the bee-humming air. I've recalled it often here in my hole. How the grass turned green in the springtime, and how the mockingbirds fluttered their tails and sang, how the moon shone down on the buildings, how the bell in the chapel tower rang out, the precious short-lived hours, how the girls in bright summer dresses promenaded the grassy lawn. Many times, here at night, I've closed my eyes and walked along the forbidden road that winds past the girls' dormitories, past the hall with the clock in the tower, its windows warmly aglow, on down past the small white home economics practice cottage, whiter still in the moonlight, and on down the road with its sloping and turning, paralleling the black powerhouse with its engines droning earth-shaking rhythms in the dark, its windows red from the glow of the furnace, on to where the road became a bridge over a dry riverbed tangled with brush and clinging vines, the bridge of rustic logs, made for trysting, but virginal and untested by lovers. On up the road, past the buildings with the southern verandas half a city block long, to the sudden forking, barren of buildings, birds, or grass.
Well, it took us like 30 minutes with Marquis. I mean, the thing with Whiskey is he's just an absolute beast at burning these bosses down.
The spell breaks, and I try to re-see the rabbits.
Come on, come back, King.
So tame through having
Where are you?
Never been hunted, that played in the hedges and along the road.
There's gold.
And I see the purple and silver of
the lot. Yes.
Between the broken glass.
Yes.
Stones. The ants.
It happened.
Purposely in single file.
It happened.
Turn and retrace my steps and come back to the winding road past the hospital.
Okay, quickly gotta go to the archive. Try to get a Lorien skill spike.
Far more precious thing than pills to lucky boys in the know. And I come to stop at the chapel. And then it is suddenly winter, with the moon high above and the chimes in the steeple ringing and a sonorous choir of trombones rendering a Christmas carol. And over all is a quietness and an and others mixed with their scents in the bee-humming air. I've recalled it often here in my hole. How the grass turned green.
We got it, man. We got it.
Mockingbirds fluttered their... A concern, I intoned. Keep this nigger boy...
Nice comeback. Thank you, Dr. Lego. Thank you, dude.
Laughter ringing in my ears. It was a dream I was to remember and dream again for many years after. But at that time, I had no insight into its meaning. First, I had to attend college.
Alright, sweet. Let's check the roll, and then I gotta quickly go to the archive.
It was a...
Maybe get a run or two, if I'm really lucky. If I'm fast, I mean.
Were old and covered with vines, and the roads gracefully winding, lined with hedges and wild roses that dazzled the eyes in the summer sun. Honeysuckle and purple wisteria hung.
Oh man, we really did not get a good roll.
With their scents in the bee-humming air.
Oh, finally drop.
It often here
hey, you drop low.
Now the grass turned green.
Whatever, I'm going to archive. I'm at least getting the drop.
Birds fluttered their tails and sang. How